Well, I have some horrible news for everybody that's excited about the release of the Epstein Files. Because as it turns out, there is a provision in the piece of legislation, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, that of course Donald Trump did sign, which seems a little weird, right? Why would Donald Trump sign this? He's been hiding the Epstein files. He's been telling us it's not a big deal. Stop talking about it. He has snapped over it. He has had meltdowns about it. So why would he sign this? Well, it all goes back to that little provision I just mentioned. Because the provision in the final piece of legislation that Trump signed into law allows Donald Trump's Attorney General Pam Bondi to redact pretty much any names that she pleases from the files before they get released. Now, Bondi only has 30 days. The legislation says you got to do it within 30 days. Trump signed it on Wednesday, so the clock is ticking. But we also have reports from Epstein's brother and, of course, from insiders in D.C. that have told us for several months now that Bondi and the FBI, so DOJ working with FBI, have been combing through the files to redact every mention of Donald Trump's name. Epstein's brother says they've been going through redacting the names or scrubbing them, is what he said, of any Republican official. So whatever we get from Pam Bondi is absolutely not going to be the full Epstein files. We are going to get a sanitized version that makes it seem like only Democrats were hanging out with this guy and that Donald Trump never even knew him. So here is what the provisions allow Bondi to do. Of course, she will take liberties with these. Bondi can redact records in specific instances, including documents that would jeopardize an active federal investigation or ongoing prosecution. All right, that makes a little bit of sense. Bondi can redact parts of the records that contain personally identifiable information about victims that would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. All right. Bondi can also redact child sexual abuse materials and images about death, physical abuse, or injury, as well as material that would jeopardize investigations and prosecutions. Okay. Information deemed to be kept secret in the interest of national defense or foreign policy can be redacted. There's where they get you, right? Anything that needs to be kept secret in the interest of, maybe national security, perhaps foreign policy, I can take those names out. Well, that's a very vague statute, isn't it? Because it could be bad for foreign policy if we have a bunch of lawmakers on the Epstein list that are working with foreign leaders. Hell, it could be bad for foreign policy if we have a president of the United States whose name is all over those files. Hey, we saw what happened to Prince Andrew, right? Do we want to send our president in those files overseas to make deals? What country do you think wants to make a deal with a pervert? See, that's how easy it is to justify a redaction based on the interest of national security or foreign policy. It could be anyone for anything for any reason that Pam Bondi personally decides, this is national security. Now, of course, the redactions must be accompanied by a note of explanation from Bondi saying, I took this name out because X, Y, or Z. But who's she going to be accountable to? Mike Johnson in the House of Representatives? Republicans in the Senate? Donald Trump? Nobody's going to reject her explanations. So again, I know a lot of people are happy that this bill passed, that we're going to get the Epstein files, but we're not going to get the Epstein files. We're going to get the Republican version of the Epstein files. And when you go through it and you see all those black redactions in there, I want everybody everywhere to remember that the person who did that was Donald Trump's personal Attorney General, Pam Bondi, the very same person who, by the way, was Attorney General here in the state of Florida back when Epstein was, in jail and going through all of that, and she didn't release them then, and she's not going to release them now. Hey everyone, we are maybe just days away from hitting 1 million subscribers. Fewer than 15,000 subscribers to go at this point, and we need your help. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and tell your friends. If you have progressive-minded individuals in your life that are not subscribed to Fair and Balanced, please send them a link, send them a video, let them see what it's all about, and encourage them to subscribe. We are hoping to hit that 1 million mark before the end of this year, but I think we can do it even quicker than that. So again, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. And don't forget to share the channel with your friends. And as always, like and comment on the videos.